Well, if you love frogs and you're interested in taking part in a fascinating citizen science program, you'll want to pay attention to this next story. Terry Belke takes us to the outdoors.
Amphibians are one of the most overlooked and underappreciated creatures in the environment. Part of that may have to do with their secretive nature. Staying hidden helps frogs, salamanders, and others in their family to ensure their survival. And they are usually hard to find unless you know where to look. But make no mistake, they're critically important to the environment. They're the proverbial canary in the coal mine for the health of the ecosystem.
They use aquatic environments and terrestrial habitats, so they're exposed to those different habitats. So if your water is not pure, that can be an indicator if you don't see the frogs living in there, or if there's something polluted in the environment, they'll tell you that too.
Amphibians worldwide have been in decline for decades, and that's why programs like Frogwatch USA are so important. It's a nationwide program that gets citizen scientists involved. This will be the 7th year the Buffalo Zoo has sponsored a local chapter of the program.
Citizen science is the collaboration between scientists and volunteers. And specifically for Frogwatch USA, we're asking our volunteers to learn the calls, the breeding calls of the local toads and frogs in the community, and report their data sheets. They report that back to a national database.
Early spring is an excellent time to observe frogs. They're just beginning their annual renewal of life. Nighttime is prime time for these amphibians, and they're most active then. And you don't need to find large bodies of water to locate them. With many species, vernal pools are the best habitat. A vernal pool is one that's temporary, small and shallow enough to evaporate at any time.
There's not as many big predators in these pools. Usually fish and larger species like your green frogs or your bullfrogs need the more permanent bodies of water, and therefore, with permanent bodies of water come more predation.
Volunteering for programs like Frogwatch are a great way for anyone to learn about nature and perhaps in the process reestablish a lost connection to Mother Earth.
It just feels good for your mind, body, and soul to be out in nature, so this is a great way to fulfill that void that so many of us have now, sitting behind a computer screen all day, or watching TV all night.
The first Frogwatch training session at the zoo takes place March 17th. We'll have a link to register for the program on the To the Outdoors webpage at WGRZ.com. Taking you to the outdoors, I'm Terry Belke.